Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Aradhana and today I'm going to review one of my most favorite book by any Indian author, which is The Guide by R.K. Narayan. And I cannot believe that you have not heard about this book. At least if you are an Indian, then this is one of my favorite book and I wanted to review it since a long time but never got the time. So I thought, why shouldn't I do this today? So let's get into today's video. And what's special in today's video is that today I'm gonna compare the movie and the book, so that we know that what kind of differences are there in the movie and what is the difference between the book and the movie, and how is the book always better than any movie. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I watched the movie Guide of Devanand when I was very little. I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and one of my uncles were watching this movie and I watched with him. But the thing was that at that point in time I didn't know there was a novel called The Guide, and this book is based on, this movie is actually based on this book. But when I came to know of this book, when I read this book, I was literally very aghast to know that the book and the movie is kind of different. Both of them are really a masterpiece, but both of them are really different. At least that's what I got as an audience from the book. And now I'm gonna tell a few of the differences that I found in the book, and which I think were quite different from the book. As a person who has watched the movie before reading the book, I found a lot of differences between the book and the movie, and a lot of them were really shocking to me, because I really had made a conception in my mind that this story must be the same, and the story is actually the same. It is the kind of perspective you get from the movie that is different from that of the book. So before I tell you what are the differences that I found in the movie from the book, we should just discuss a brief plot of the book so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So the book is basically about Raju, who is a tourist guide in the fictional town of Malgudi, where all of R.K. Narayan's novels are set in. What happens is that once a historical enthusiast whose name is Marco comes to Malgudi for a historical expedition, though he comes with his wife, telling him that it is a holiday tour to see some sites. But so now when Marco and Rosie come to Malgudi, Raju is to take care of all the things they are doing and where they are living and everything. But what happens is that Marco is more interested in the caves and exploring the historical monuments and historical places of the place, rather than being with his wife. And this is that Marco is more interested in these historical monuments and exploring all those things and becoming famous and writing a book. As he's writing a book, that's why he has come to explore the unhidden, the unexplored places of Malgudi, which could earn him a lot of recognition in the world. So all these kinds of ignorance from Marco upsets Rosie, and now things become weird between Raju and Rosie, with everyday fights between Marco and Rosie, and they fall for each other, and they actually cheat on Marco when he is in the caves and they are in the hotel room. These acts of cheating by Raju and Rosie are justified by the fact that Marco was indifferent towards Rosie and was not really in love with her and everything. He just wanted her for his sexual desires. Now the twist is that Rosie's relationship with Marco was stained long back, because Rosie wanted to become a dancer and Marco thought dancing and singing, all these kinds of things are just things that cheap women do, and this is not a women of a respectable family do. But and that's why he did not let Rosie do what she wanted to do. But with Raju's confidence and his encouragement, Rosie believed that she could be something, and she leaves Marco and gets on with Raju, and she goes to live with his mom. Raju's mom is very indifferent towards Rosie as well, because she thinks that she is a very idiotic woman who has who has left her husband and came with a pariah mard, that we say. Raju's mother is not at all happy with the fact that Rosie is shifting in their own home and dancing day and night to prepare for becoming a dancer, becoming making a career in the dancing industry. But in spite of all these things, Raju has fight with his mother and everything, and she leaves her house to go to her brother's house and everything. And Raju and Rosie live in Raju's home, and things happen one after the another. And Rosie becomes a renowned dancer in their local area, and progressing from there, she becomes a really renowned dancer in India as well. Now they also start to think about marrying, but what happens is that they feel that they don't need to get married in order to be in a relationship, because they thought that even though she was married to Marco, it really didn't matter because there was no love. And if there was love between Raju and Rosie, then what is the need to get married? And which may be kind of justified or not justified, but these are the things that take place between the two. But gradually, as Rosie's popularity increases, Raju becomes very possessive towards her and thinks that the other poets, the other dancers, the other people that come to meet Rosie, they should not come near her, because he is the whole and sole possessor of her, and that makes their relationship really, really toxic. And it does not, it is, I think, not very perfectly shown in the movie, but when you read in the book, it just seems so different. This is where I feel that movie lacks a little bit, though it is very clearly stated in the book that how Rosie is so much depressed by this behavior of Raju, because first of all, he wanted that Rosie should get everything what she wanted to, and he was so supportive of her that she should make contacts and be like this and like that. But now when she is doing all that he wanted her to do, he is becoming so arrogant and possessive, and not letting her do what she really wants to do, which she has gained with such hard work. Now this toxic relationship actually makes Rosie remember Marco, and when she mentions him in one of those their conversations, now when you will see the movie, you will feel that Raju is being betrayed by Rosie, and you will feel even pity for him, that he did all this for Rosie, and now she is like being so indifferent towards him. But that is like totally different in the book, where we see that Rosie is the person who is suffering the most with this weird toxic relationship which has no future in it. The mention of Marco in one of their conversations, and Rosie saying that their relationship has become as toxic as Marco and Rosie's, they Raju becomes so anxious that he forges the signatures of Rosie on one of the legal documents that were transferring some of the jewelry from Marco to Rosie, so without telling her. And this becomes the end of the ultimate end of their relationship. And when this whole truth comes out that he did this without telling Rosie, and everything just falls apart, and Raju is sent to jail in case of forgery, and this is how their relationship just splits up. And it is very beautifully shown in the movie as well. I think I really do like that part. Now when Raju is imprisoned, Rosie is still quite indifferent towards him, and Raju realizes that actually nothing has changed with him being gone and not being there for Rosie, though he thought that it is it has everything to do with him that he made Rosie a big star that she is today. Now he realizes that it is Rosie's talent and her hard work that has that she has reached where she is now. But it is too late to realize that. Now he is imprisoned, and after Raju is released from the jail, he goes to this random village where he gets this a saffron shawl from the from a mandir, and then he has like such long beard and everything, and he talks about like philosophies of life, or maybe some things that he has realized in his prison, or maybe just coincidentally he talks to this villager whose name is Valen, and suddenly becomes this holy man for this village, who has come to just save them from all their from all their atrocities that they are facing. And the thing is that there is a drought going on during the time when Raju is staying in the temple of that village, and people start believing that he is gonna save this village from drought, and really call the rains because of his holy mystic powers. And that is what makes him feel very 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 idiotic from inside, because he is no such a person. If anything, he has always been a hypocrite and a cheat, who has make money with foul means all his life, being a tourist guide, telling people whatever he wanted to do, whatever he wished to, because most of the people didn't even know about this place, about the place Malgudi, and he could say anything he wanted. And that was just a kind of cheating and being hypocrite all his life. And now he says that just because of this idea of his, of blabbering whatever he wanted to, has put him in this place, that all the village people are just at his feet to save them from this drought. And now what happens is that, according to a story, it was said that there was this holy man who had fasted for as long as he could, till the rains come to the earth. Now people think that Raju will do such a thing, and he tells Valen, whom he confides about, that he is not a guru or anything, he just got the saffron shawl from the temple, and whatever to, and he has been in prison, that's why there was a beard and everything. But Wayland says that no, I cannot even believe in the kind of things you said, the kind of things, because he is a tourist guide, he knows a lot of language, he has a lot of knowledge of here and there. And people think that no, that he is so knowledgeable, he is a Holy Spirit, he's truly a mystic. And these instances really change Raju's way of thinking. After a few days of eating without telling the villagers, and being again a cheat, a hypocrite, that is the constant trait of Raju's character, he changes does not mean that he changes a few of his habits. He changes from within, and he decides that he has to really keep this fast. If nothing is gonna happen, he's gonna die. At least this is gonna save the devotion that these villagers have on him, and this is gonna maybe act as a kind of redemption to him. And last part of the novel is the best part of the novel, where he just changes and he is in fast for so many days, and people from all across the world come that he come to interview him, that he has been fasting for so many days, and people ask him. And I remember there was this instance that he tells that one of the interviewers, I think it was from American interviewer, who asked him that are you like holy mystic kind of person all your life? He says that more or less yes. So I think that just sums up the kind of thing that each and every person has his way of living, though every person has got the opportunities to prove that he or she is not that bad as the people around them think they are. And that is the redemption point of Raju as well. And I really did like this ending. And in this last instance, he sees that the rains are coming, and it may be an illusion for him or anything, or maybe he is just dying. It is not made clear in the novel. The last thing ends that he just sat down, and nothing that he died or he lived after that, or he ate, or did he just whatever happened to him. There is no mention of what the end of the novel is. That is left to the reader. And but this does not happen in the movie. This is where also the movie is quite different, but people will interpret the ending, which I also kind of think maybe was the ending of the book, that that Raju dies. His sagging means he is dead, I think, and that is what is shown in the movie as well, that at last Devanand dies and the rain comes. Now the rain comes or not comes, that is also kind of left on the reader to decide. But in the movie it is shown that the rains come and there is a whole kind of celebration going on, and Raju has died and people are just dancing that rains has at last come. So that was the whole book, the guide. If you people have read the book and have seen the movie, you must be getting what I'm trying to say, that a book is a little different from the movie, but both of them are great. But I think this feminist perspective of Rosie, that she's a hardworking woman who wanted to do something in her life, and she was dominated by the this dominant personality of Raju, was kind of very much hidden in this book, hidden in the movie, and it was basically shown vice versa. But I think regardless of that, I think the movie is pretty amazing as well. It is one of my favorite movies of all times, and this book is really great indeed. I cannot say more about this book. It's so great. I think all of you will read this book and will love this book, because this is really beautifully written, and also this is very small as well. I think it is barely 200 pages. It's 195 pages only. So I hope you all will read this book. So that was it for today. I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.